Imagine giving an AI one of the most famous unsolved problems in mathematics and saying, take a real shot at solving this. That is essentially what happened at Anthropic. And no, Claude did not solve the Riemann hypothesis. But while trying, an unreleased research version of Claude discovered a new result that improved a decades-old mathematical bound from 41.6% to 67.2%. So what does that actually mean, and how did Claude get there? Look at the prime numbers on screen. Primes look random. Sometimes they are close together, sometimes there are large gaps, but mathematicians have found that their distribution follows deep mathematical rules. This matters in areas like cryptography, where prime numbers are fundamental to systems such as RSA. One of the most important tools for studying this hidden structure is the Riemann zeta function. Think of it as a mathematical machine. You give it a complex number, and for certain inputs, the output becomes exactly 0. These special points are called the zeros of the zeta function. Now look at this complex plane diagram. A complex number has a real part and an imaginary part, so every number can be represented as a point on this plane. In 1859, mathematician Bernhard Riemann proposed that all the important or non-trivial zeros should lie on one particular vertical line. Look at the center of the diagram. That line has real coordinate 1/2 and is called the critical line. The Riemann hypothesis says that every non-trivial zero lies exactly on this line. It sounds simple, but proving it has been incredibly difficult. The problem has remained unsolved since 1859 and is one of the famous Millennium Prize problems, with a $1 million prize for a correct solution. Why does it matter? Look at the connection in this diagram. The zeros of the zeta function are deeply connected to how prime numbers are distributed. Understanding their location gives mathematicians powerful information about the behavior of primes. Now comes the interesting part. Even without proving the full hypothesis, mathematicians can prove weaker statements. Instead of asking, are 100% of the zeros on the critical line, we can ask, what percentage can we prove are definitely on the line? Imagine 1,000 zeros. If mathematics can prove that at least 416 are on the line, that is a 41.6% lower bound. That does not mean only 41.6% are there. There could be 70, 90, or 100%. It simply means 41.6% was the amount that could be rigorously guaranteed. That was roughly the previous state of the art. Then Anthropic gave an unreleased research version of Claude a deliberately unreasonable challenge. Take a real shot at the Riemann hypothesis. At first, Claude tried hundreds of approaches. Look at the counter on screen. Around 650 different ideas were attempted, but none solved the problem. Then Claude tried a more agentic approach. Instead of one AI working alone, it coordinated roughly 60 Claude subagents, effectively creating a virtual research team. Look at this diagram. Some agents developed mathematical ideas. Others generated supporting ideas, wrote Python programs, ran calculations, searched for counterexamples, reviewed arguments, or helped with the paper. Over roughly a day and a half, the agents ran about 2,400 shell commands, wrote hundreds of Python scripts, performed thousands of numerical checks, and downloaded 54 research papers. This is important because Claude was not simply generating text. It was operating much more like a research workflow. Eventually it found something, not a proof of the Riemann hypothesis, but a new way to combine existing mathematical results that pushed the known lower bound from 41.6% to 67.2%. Look at the graph. Previous result, 41.6%. Claude's result, 67.2%. Using our 1,000 zero example, the old result guaranteed at least 416 zeros on the critical line. The new result guarantees at least 672. That is a major improvement, but do not confuse a lower bound with an exact percentage. Claude did not prove that exactly 67.2% of the zeros are on the line. It proved that the number cannot be lower than that bound. There could still be far more, and the original Riemann hypothesis still asks whether the answer is actually 100%. So how did Claude get from 41.6 to 67.2? The mathematics is extremely advanced, involving quadratic forms, function spaces, and inequalities related to the structure of zeros. You do not need the formulas to understand the key idea. Look at this timeline of papers. Claude built on decades of human research, including work by Boluyo, Goldstone, Suryajaya, Turnage-Butterbaugh, and earlier work by Bombieri. Its contribution was recognizing that several existing mathematical tools could be combined in a new way. Think of it like several Lego sets designed by different people. Each set contains useful pieces, but nobody had connected those pieces in exactly this configuration. Claude found that connection, and that is an important point. Claude did not invent the entire mathematical theory from scratch. It stood on decades of human mathematics and found a new way to combine existing ideas. Then came the hardest part, checking whether it was actually correct. Look at this verification pipeline. Different agents reviewed the argument, searched for counterexamples, checked whether someone had already published the same result, and independently tried to reproduce it. After that, human mathematicians examined the work. Anthropic mathematicians Levent Alpoi and Ralph Furman studied the result, while outside experts Brian Connery and Dan Goldstone also reviewed the paper. Then came another layer of verification. Look at the Lean diagram. Lean is a formal proof assistant. You can think of it as a strict compiler for mathematics. Instead of simply saying a proof is correct, you express the logical steps precisely enough for a computer to check them. Claude worked with an Anthropic staff member to formalize the result in Lean, and the formalized result passed the standard validation tool. So the overall process looked like this. Human gives a difficult research problem. Claude generates hypotheses. Agents explore different approaches. They write code and run experiments. They search for mistakes. They reproduce promising results. Humans review the mathematics, and formal software checks the proof. That is the real story. Not AI solved the Riemann hypothesis. It is AI participated in a mathematical research process and produced a new result, and the distinction matters. Anthropic does not expect this particular technique to directly prove the full Riemann hypothesis. But while Claude failed at the original challenge, it still moved the boundary of what mathematicians could prove. Look at the mountain graphic. The summit is still the Riemann hypothesis itself. Claude did not reach the summit, but the known path moved from 41.6% to 67.2%. And that tells us something important about AI-assisted science. The future may not be an AI replacing scientists and magically producing final answers. It may look more like this. Humans define important questions, while AI explores enormous numbers of possibilities, connects existing ideas, writes code, runs experiments, and helps test hypotheses. Humans then decide what is meaningful, and formal verification checks whether the mathematics actually holds. There is also one fascinating detail. At first, Claude was skeptical that it could make meaningful progress. The human mostly encouraged it to keep going. The useful lesson is not that AI needs motivation, it is that an AI's estimate of what is possible can sometimes be more pessimistic than what it can actually accomplish through sustained exploration. Claude started with an enormous question: can I prove the Riemann hypothesis? The answer was no, but it eventually found a better question. How far can we improve the guaranteed proportion of zeros on the critical line? That question was tractable, and answering it produced a new result. So the headline should not be, Claude solved the Riemann hypothesis. It didn't. A better headline is, while trying and failing to solve the Riemann hypothesis, Claude discovered a new way to combine existing mathematics and improved a long-standing lower bound from 41.6% to 67.2%. The Riemann hypothesis remains unsolved. But the boundary of what we know about it has moved, and this time, an AI helped move it.